Hi, welcome to the Crochet Authority podcast, the best and maybe smallest corner of the internet, where three incredibly talented and beautiful women claim to know everything there is to know about fiber arts.
We are Morgan,
Anna,
And Savannah.
three crocheters turned BFFs who consistently have too much to say.
consider this a glimpse into not only our conversations, but our overflowing and powerful minds. From our group chat to your ears, welcome to the pod.
Hey guys!
Hi.
Hey. Oh my god.
How's it
Welcome
going?
back.
How's it going?
Peachy.
Don't go into too much detail.
That's it.
Okay,
You know,
bye
that's all.
guys!
The sun sets at 3 p.m.
Oh,
Miserable stuff.
jeez
So-
Louise.
Just the usual.
Yeah. Today's the first day that it's cloudy. It was like sunny all week and like in the
Mm-hmm.
70s, which is not good for mid-November.
I've
But
seen some of your like what you'll put on your story of like what you're
Yeah.
wearing, and I'm like, oh, those shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm like concerned for the climate, or I just don't know
Or
what
me.
Indiana is like, or like if I should be happy for you.
No, it's
I was
it's
like, damn,
definitely
okay.
climate changing. It's like we're setting records for like each day. It's like this is the hottest November 15th on record ever in Indiana.
Awesome.
It's like awesome. But
Really
today
good.
it's raining, so I presume after today, it's like the rain that comes, and then after it will be cold and miserable for a couple months.
Oh yeah.
So excited!
Yay. It's honestly
Yay.
been it's been warmer here. It's not like 70s, but it's warmer than a normal November, which it's kind of nice, but also at the same time it's like, ooh.
Cannot relate. It is cold
Yeah.
and rainy.
When
Well,
isn't it?
You're in London,
Exactly. I know. Can't complain. Even though I can.
That'll do.
What else is new?
Yeah, well,
You know.
what else is new? What's up, guys?
I get to be on Thanksgiving break very soon. Are you guys happy for me?
Yay!
Are you happy for me?
So excited to actually see your name in our group chat.
No, actually, okay, as we film this, it'll be turned in by the time this is up. But Wednesday, I had a 1,000-word paper that I hadn't started until 2 hours before it was due. Got that done. I did like research. I just hadn't written anything. And today, I have a 1,500 to 2,000-word paper due at midnight. But I have to finish it way earlier than that because it's my roommate's birthday and we're going to celebrate. So I haven't written a word of that. But Thanksgiving break is next week. So it's okay.
So it's fine.
It's fun.
So it's fine.
It's
Jeez
chill.
Louise.
I'm chill. Yeah. I'm excited for the semester to be over.
Me too.
Schoolwork, am I right, guys? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 I love
That's
being
my
a
life.
university student
Yeah.
right now, presently.
Hashtag really.
Actively.
Okay,
And
so
you
that's all
guys?
Savannah's working on. Schoolwork,
Yeah.
not writing essays.
So, essays.
Not doing essays.
Research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Being a girl.
Being a girl takes up a lot of my
Yeah,
time.
I'm just a girl in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's the truth.
You've heard of the influencers being like, ugh, I have such a packed day. I have to do my laundry. I have to grocery shop. Like they have like the most like normal like it's my day off of work and I'm doing that.
Mhm.
That's us. But
have to
it's being
run
busy just being a
errands.
girl.
I wish
Sorry,
my
I
busiest
can't today,
day
I'm-
of work was running errands.
I finally have a day off of work today, and it was doctor's appointment after meeting after like how much like crocheting and knitting work can I get crammed into a day,
Mhm.
It's
which
that
is
one
fun stuff.
video
I'm not
of-
complaining about
of-
that.
what's her face, Michaela, being like, I just finished
Oh.
work, and it's
Oh,
5:17.
yeah.
It's 5:19.
It's like, babe, what do you? Yeah, sitting in front of a camera and putting makeup on all day.
Oof.
Oh my god,
Us-
a slave
us being
to
a
corporate
girl.
America.
Us doing this podcast.
We're not complaining about it.
We are.
we
You guys
never
don't even know
complain.
how hard it is.
Yeah.
Guys, the podcast that we don't get paid for is just such hard work.
Oh.
I can't believe we have to do this.
No one understands.
No.
You just wouldn't get it.
All right, well, Morgan, what have you been up to?
I'm still making scarves.
Nice. Have you finished
Scarf
them?
era.
Are you like
No, I
midway
have
through
not
all of
finished
them?
a single one.
Nice. Nice.
I'm making 3 scarves, 3
Okay.
different patterns, and I'm doing them all at the same time.
Because why finish one when you could just do all 3
Start
at once?
another.
This hasn't been brought up in a while. But speaking of patterns, Morgan.
I have an actual pattern that I've actually written coming out next week.
Okay.
And another pattern that I'm actively writing.
Okay.
Another 3 patterns that I'm actively writing.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna have to wait a little bit.
Also, in Morgan's defense, it's not really like
It's
granny
not a
vest
winter
season.
garment.
Okay, so when I asked like in the summer, what was the excuse?
Yeah, that was a
then?
lost cause, girl.
The excuse is that I just didn't want to do it.
Got me there. Got me there.
What if I wrote a granny vest pattern before Morgan could do
I would
it?
You
sue
literally
you.
could. You literally could. 2027 Morgan's pattern. Absolutely.
Guys, 2030 is gonna go crazy.
You could put
Look
a whole
at that
child
pattern.
through kindergarten through college, and finally, maybe, the vest
Maybe.
pattern will be out there.
No.
Yep.
If
And
you're
even
lucky.
then,
If I'm
it's
lucky,
elusive.
yeah.
That's so funny.
Anyways,
Savannah. Anna?
what?
Me?
Yeah.
Did
I
you say
haven't
my
been doing
name?
much of anything.
I was just sighing your name.
Okay.
Yeah, you just kind of whispered it. Morgan's been doing that recently.
I wouldn't know.
Kind of whispering little things in her.
I was doing the thing the other day. Just pissing Anna off. Every time she said something, I would like sing a song about it. Or like,
But
quote
very
something.
quietly, so quietly that I like almost couldn't hear. I'd be like, Morgan was doing something to annoy me. I was like, "You need to calm down." She just goes, "You need to calm down." And she kept doing it. I was like, I can't do this. But it was really funny.
That's beautiful.
Or
That's so
me.
beautiful.
I entertain myself. Thank you.
Real.
Because me
That's what's
sitting on
important.
FaceTime with you is not entertaining enough.
You don't fucking talk to me.
Yes, I
You were
do.
sitting there. You were sitting there doing work. What am I gonna do? I have to entertain myself somehow.
Start a conversation. I don't know.
I was conversing.
So annoying. Oh my god. Anyways. What have I been working on? I finally finished the Winona Polo. I'm now working
Yeah.
on a new purse design. I'm hoping to turn it into a pattern. So I'm almost done with the first draft. I know I'm gonna need to do it at least a second time to like make edits to it because I'm not obsessed with it yet. But that's what I've been working on when I have time. And then stickers and tote bags and stuff for Black Friday.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, it's next
Yeah.
week, eh?
I was also
Yep.
this is so well, it's relevant. You guys know how I mentioned coming to Boston for spring break?
Mm-hmm.
We were looking at flights. Guess how much it is Indianapolis to Boston?
Just like $600.
$600. 600
Yeah.
American dollars.
Yeah.
It was like
And so
100 when I
Savannah,
looked at
and
some
so
other
and
places.
so
Like round
and
trip
so my
or
love.
one way?
Round trip.
We're gonna pause.
Why are you complaining?
I could
Do you
go
remember?
to London.
No, you couldn't.
Okay.
Yes, I could. My
London.
flights to London in last year were like it was less than 1,000 round trip.
So then every time you make some sort of comment in the group chat about me flying to Indiana, remember that, babe. Remember that.
Reverse would probably be different. It'd probably be different.
Round trip, babe. Round trip.
You just don't get it. You just don't
And
get it.
Hartford would be more expensive.
Yeah, I was looking at Hartford and I was like, oh.
It's worse.
Yeah, it's so much worse.
Because it's Connecticut and it's just so small. We don't have anything huge.
Absolutely.
So anyways,
round
find
trip
a
is
deal.
Actually, really good.
What is really good?
The price.
She's
is
saying
not bad.
600 round trip
Oh.
is good.
No, it's not.
Find
It's
a better
domestic
deal and
flight.
come to Boston.
Would you like to
I-
fly within Canada?
Some of us aren't
That's
Canadians.
expensive.
I'm trying to
That's
live the American dream
expensive.
here.
The
One of my
American
friends
dream
is
is
in
costing you
Toronto right now.
$600 round trip, so
We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait to see. We're gonna wait.
maybe there will
Anyways,
be like a Black Friday deal.
do they do that for flights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Granted,
Really?
not like I'm looking at flights.
Yeah.
This is me.
Oh,
You don't
Cyber
fly.
Monday, maybe.
Yeah.
You're such a genius. Oh my
Yeah, I know.
god.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right. Well, these episodes keep starting with like so much hostility, nonsense, and just hostile energy. I'm like, I have to know if this is entertaining to the people. It must be. It's
Why do we
us.
care?
We'll never know.
Yeah. Comment down
Guys,
below
never
if you
tell
like
us.
hostility.
Well, we figured for today's episode, you guys like obviously don't know as much as we do.
It's a given.
Duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we figured today would be a good time for Ask the Authority. You could ask us absolutely any question that you have about absolutely anything, and we'll give you the correct answer.
Or maybe no answer
Typical.
at all if we think it's stupid.
True. That's a good one. Yeah, but you guys submitted questions over on our Instagram, our personal Instagrams, and the Crochet Authority Instagram. We just like so you guys know, if you submit stuff on the Crochet Authority Instagram text box, there is like a 9 out of 10 chance you're gonna get like included, because we try to check there first and then we put our stuff up as just like to make sure to like broaden the audience and whatever, but we always check our own, podcast Instagram first. So if you want to be included in episodes like this, make sure to follow us. We're very fun over there. But anyways, beyond that, should we start Ask the Authority?
Yes,
Should we jump
of
in?
course.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this first question is very important. I think we would all have a lot to say on it. And that is how it feels to have invented crocheting.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Honestly, sometimes I get like a little angry because I like Google crochet and like our names don't pop up.
They don't pop
And
up.
it's really disheartening to like discredit women in that way. A lot of things that women
Yeah.
invent, they don't get the credit for. So I think it's really
That's true.
important to recognize us in that way, and I'm hoping that search engines will recognize their biases.
For sure.
Yep.
I agree. And also, like, it's just like fun and like everyone should thank us.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
too. Yeah.
We also,
Next
all-
question.
Proxy, invented Harry Styles. So
Yeah, of course.
And that is true.
Like,
But
Harry
however,
goes
we
last
do not take claim or credit over him shaving his head.
Oh, of course not.
That's out of our jurisdiction.
Yeah, he did that on his own.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
when like you don't listen to women, you make bad choices.
Exactly. Every time.
I'm sure Taylor Russell was there being like, don't do it. And he did it anyways.
Maybe don't do that. Yeah, but it feels really good to have invented crocheting.
Yeah, of course.
It's like third down on my resume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like the skills section.
Yeah.
It's not that important, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Moving on. Next question. How do you guys get ideas for what to make with certain yarn?
Like
Hmm.
like for a specific
know.
yarn.
Yeah, I guess. I guess
Like
this
if
depends
we-
on how like your yarn buying habits happen, because I know a lot of people
Yeah.
find a pattern then buy yarn for it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I just have a
Yes.
huge stash, and then I'll see something and then I'll be like, oh, okay, what colors can I pull from the stash to make this?
Mhm.
So I don't really have the issue of like, I have a lot of yarn that I don't have something to make with, but
Mhm.
one day I will. And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Like for me, if I have like I think a mix of like a little yarn collection that I can pull from and like see what works and whatever. And then if I'm buying expensive yarn and I'm buying it like it's an investment, you want to like know what you're doing. I am guilty of buying things out of like an idea of an idea and not like actually having
Mhm.
like for sure something planned.
Mhm.
So, in that case, I will, if I see something, I will try to be realistic in what I'm going to use it for, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I might not have an exact sweater pattern, but I'm going to get sweater quantity of something. And then I'll kind of go from there, which, not going to lie, you know, comes back and bites me in the butt sometimes because, you know, every pattern is different. It's like, obviously, weight, yarn weight and stuff. So, um, I'll just honestly, if I have yarn that I have bought like a general quantity of, I'll go and I'll just take some time and explore, like, okay, well, I bought sweater quantity. Let me just go and like search for the sweater pattern that I want. Or sometimes I'll just go wild and I'll freehand, but I'm trying to do that less because if I have nice yarn that I like a lot, I don't want to possibly
Like
freehand
waste
something
it.
that I don't end up
Yeah.
wearing. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I just like, I try to always have some sort of general idea when I'm
Me
buying
too.
yarn. But it's like if you have a leftover, like if you have leftover yarn that you don't know what to do with, I guess just search for like scrap yarn projects.
Yeah.
I used to just buy yarn because I liked the colors or whatever, and I had like literally like
Yeah.
nothing in mind.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I've started more like thinking of a project first and then buying yarn.
Yeah.
But like every so often, I see a yarn and I'm like, I need to make something with that. I just don't know what yet.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll like estimate the quantity. But like I rarely do that. Sorry. I rarely do that now. I dropped my pen. That was loud.
How are you
It
going
was
to
like
take
a
yeah.
little,
notes?
it was like a mini earthquake.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Usually, yeah, if I'm like thinking of something, I'll look at my stash first and see
Yeah.
if I can
Yeah.
use what I have instead of buying something new.
I've also, with this new mentality of mine where I'm like, I'm going to rip apart old things, I'm now looking at the stuff that I don't wear. And I'm like, that's part of my stash now. It takes a little longer to get the yarn to use, but it's
That's
there.
fair though. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy
Because,
it. I'm thoroughly
well,
enjoying it.
honestly, sometimes it's easier to like keep it in like the actual like made form opposed to
Yeah.
unraveling it as soon as you think of it because it
Yeah.
literally like it can take up less space. Like if you don't have
Yeah.
space for like cakes of yarn or balls of
Mm-hmm.
yarn or whatever, like just keep it as the sweater. You're gonna unravel it eventually. It's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Too easy.
I don't know if any of what we just said was going to be
Made
helpful to the
any
person who
sense.
asked that, but
No, that's our
there's
perspective.
something in
That's what
there.
matters. Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome. What's the
So,
next one?
next one. I have it.
Thank you.
Have you guys, I don't know if we've talked about it. I think we have. Have you guys ever gotten recognized in public?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's wild that we all
It's
have.
crazy.
That's very silly. Because
Tell
as
your
much as
stories.
we,
I want to hear them because I know I've heard them before, I believe, but I don't even
yeah,
remember.
I don't even, mine was so early on in my Instagram account era that like I don't get, okay, this is also the thing of like being in a college town and like my friends telling people about my account before they actually meet me. Like that's also a weird sort of recognition. Like if I show up to an event, and they're like, oh, like you're Cooper's friend, like you're the one who crochets, right? And that's not really like being recognized because like obviously, yeah, it's a different sort of recognition. But the one time in public where someone's been someone I don't know at all um was at a Joann's in like it was like spring of 2021. So I definitely had like less than 10,000 followers. I was wearing a cat sweater that I had made. And the cashier was like, did I see you like on my Instagram, like making that like cat sweater? Like, I think I just saw that. I was like, yeah, I guess you did. And she was like, yeah, like I followed you. Like, I love your work. And I was like, what? It was just like months in. Then of course I was expecting, I was like, okay, so like this is gonna be a thing when I'm gonna have to go out in public and people are gonna say that they saw what I made. And then it hasn't happened since. So
No, no, that was like my exact mentality because when I like my Harry video did really well, I was at the
Yeah.
Joann's near my college, and a mom and her young daughter were shopping, and I think the daughter recognized me and the mom asked. And
Hmm.
then after that I was like, oh my god, like, everyone's gonna know me. That's so embarrassing. Took forever to get recognized again. Most recently though, I posted that I was at the Muna Genius concert at Madison Square Garden. And I was like, if you see me, say hi, because I made my top in like only a couple days. So it was like a video and TikToks, whatever. And then 2 girls came up to me and they were so very sweet.
Oh,
So it doesn't happen to me a lot.
mm-hmm.
But anytime that I have been recognized, it makes me feel so, not only so famous, but also like insane imposter syndrome. Like, why are you getting excited that it's just me? Like, I'm just, you know what I mean? But I
Like
always
I don't know
appreciate
how
it.
to say.
It's always
Yeah,
very kind.
it's
It's
always
fun.
so sweet.
For me, I have like 3 like separate ones, sort of. The first,
Okay.
I don't even know if this was like the first time, because I can't remember. But like the first one that I can remember, I was wearing my Grand Budapest sweater, which is like very recognizable,
Yeah.
and I was visiting my friend where she lives, and we were in like a donut shop or something, and one of the girls working there was like, I'm like standing in line, and she goes, I go, then she walks over, she's like, did you just, I think I saw your video on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. I was like, oh yeah. She's like, it's incredible. I was like, so it was that one. I feel like it's like more like recognizing the sweater than me personally, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of with all of us. It's like,
Yeah.
you're recognized because you're the artist for it, but like, I'm, you're recognized because like I made like the Harry sweater or like whatever.
And then it's happened a few times, but I used to work at a wool shop here in London, and like 4 or 5 times people have been like, I think I've seen your videos on TikTok. I'm like, or they'll be like, do you like knit on social media? I'm like, yeah.
Do you knit?
Do.
No, never
I
touched
do.
the hobby. I'm working
I
at a yard
do.
store.
So like that one, like those make more sense because it's like you guys at Joanne's, like it's in context, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's on your mind, so you're thinking about it. And then I think the most crazy one was this summer I was in Edinburgh with my friend, and we had a day out, and then we were just hanging out, and then I got a comment on Instagram of someone being like, were you in front of this cathedral or church or whatever the fuck it was in Edinburgh today? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god, I thought that was you. I was like, oh my god. It was
That's
me.
wild. Yeah.
That was like probably the craziest one of like actually really being recognized.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's always crazy to me.
It's such like a mind twist, because for me, whenever I post anything on social media and like watch the numbers go up in any capacity, a video could go viral or a video can get like 500 views. You know what I mean? Like nothing.
Yeah.
It means nothing to me. Not that the people mean nothing, but like I can't conceptualize in my head that those numbers are real people.
Yeah.
So for people to be like, I actively consume your content, like you don't actually, because you're not real.
Yeah.
You're not real. And like what I do isn't real.
Because I also recognize people from TikTok that I've seen like maybe a couple times, like out and about. I'm like, I've seen your TikToks. I've seen them. But my other issue is that sometimes I can't tell the difference between if I've seen someone on TikTok or if I know them in real life.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, have we actually met, or have I just seen your face on social media?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes I truly have no idea.
I kind of wonder though, like, and this is not me saying that everywhere I go I get recognized, because
how many
I'm a
people have
crocheter
been like,
and a knitter. But I wonder if there have been any people that have like, they can like recognize me, but they can't put a finger on why. Like I always have. Once again, I live in a very small town, and I doubt anyone in this area will recognize me. But I kind of wonder, because I have a different part-time job now at a cafe, if anyone has ever or will ever come in, and not that they would say anything to me, because the Joann's or the yarn store thing, it's not only are you in like a space of like people, you know, do the same hobby, but it's also like in a space that you're thinking about things associated with that hobby. It's like, you know, sometimes you can't recognize someone's voice unless you see their face. When you like
I just
lose,
said that.
you know what I'm saying?
I said that before.
No, I know. No, but I'm agreeing with you. That's my
Oh,
point.
okay.
So I'm just saying, going off of that, I wonder if like if anyone would ever come into like where I work and like
I'm sure.
be like, huh, she looks kind of familiar.
I'm
I'm
sure.
not so sure just because I'm in such a small town, but I was just agreeing with what you were saying before of like it makes sense in like those kind
Yeah,
of
the
contexts of like
Joann's.
you're walking into a yarn store and if you see another person that you like follow in that niche on social media,
Yeah.
it makes sense. But I kind of wonder if people have ever come across any of us because I've definitely
I
done
feel
stuff
like
like that, like
yes.
you were saying, Morgan, of like how do I know you? Like in what context do I know you right now? Because I've seen your face before, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
So who knows?
That's
We'll never know.
interesting. Nope.
We'll
It's
literally never know.
wild
And I
that you
don't need
like
to.
don't need to have like a huge following on social media ever to be recognized in public.
Yep.
Scares
Yeah.
me.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very cool though.
Yes.
Very nice to
Yeah.
meet anyone.
Yes.
Say hi to
always.
us if you see us in public.
Please do.
Hey. No, actually, I want more stories to tell.
Savannah just wants her ego inflated a little bit.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this podcast. Moving on.
True.
Okay. This is gonna be funny because none of us are gonna have an answer, but how many projects have we ever frogged?
Honestly, I probably would have like a concrete answer. I do not like I have a lot of whips, but I don't like not finish things.
You've never started a project and not finished it. Not like just like a whip. Like you started something and you're like, this is not
Yeah.
working out. Let me unravel it.
Yeah. You guys speak, I'll think on it.
Um, I'm going to include things that I have sitting around that I haven't finished for like an extended period of time. Not that I have a
Yeah.
number. I'm just going to say it's a lot, but like my issue is that it's like I'll start something with the intention of obviously like finishing it, and even if I like it, if I abandon it, my brain's moving way too fast to be able to keep up with. Like I'm not a very organized person. If you guys have followed me for a minute, like figuring like I'm like narrowing myself into a niche of like doing things in a very short amount of time. Like I obviously don't manage my time well. So I'm not organized and I'm not completing like I'm losing the plot every time. So it's rare that I finish something. I have everything else is just a whip that ends up getting frogged eventually.
That's interesting.
I honestly don't know. Like so many things.
Mm-hmm.
So many things. I don't have a number. Maybe like 15? I don't know. 20? I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I'd say that's a
I feel
good
like
ballpark.
15 and 20 like is like a low number for how long we've all been crocheting.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's
But
more.
I mean, if you also think about how long everything takes to make.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
I really
like
don't.
15 to 20.
Yeah.
But that's not like my abandoned
I
whips.
couldn't
That's
give an
things that I've
answer.
like started and frogged. Or finished and frogged.
Yeah. Okay, finished and frogged is a different question. Because that is a much higher number.
Yeah.
Because I think I always finish things. But I never.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Shut up.
Sorry. But then I'm
What do you think you are,
dissatisfied
better
with
than us?
them.
Shit us.
Shut it.
I think it's a mentality that honestly comes from the book. Like writing it so early in my crochet existence is
That's
like
fair.
since it was so I needed to finish things. Couldn't just let it sit off to the side. Like I can't have that many whips. So maybe that's where it comes from.
I have such deep envy of you currently. I wish I could like I wish I could find anything within myself to finish a project most times.
How many active
Yeah.
whips do you have?
Me?
Me?
Both of you.
3? Yeah.
I think also I'm gonna say 3 because I have a couple of oopsie daisy purses that I haven't sewn together, but I'm not going to include those.
Yeah.
So like 3 active, like I'm working on crocheting or knitting them right now.
Okay.
What?
How many do you have?
Yeah,
I don't
7,000.
know. Yeah.
30,000?
I definitely have more, but my room is a mess right now, so I can't see it.
Fair.
So then they don't exist.
I have like, I'm making the hat pattern for free at some point, probably at this point next year. And I like started a few squares for that, but like I don't really consider that a whip. Cause like,
I'm gonna say 8
8. That's a healthy amount.
of active whips.
Never mind.
I have like my
figuring-
active whips, and I have like my ancient whips.
Yeah.
As
Those are
we're
my
talking about
categories.
this, I'm like convincing myself to go through my whips and like put in a category of you're gonna get your act together and you're gonna finish this because this needs to stop sitting around, or you're just gonna unravel it and use the yarn for something different because like I have too much. It's like it gets to a point where like I can live in like a bit of chaos. It doesn't bother me, but if I'm starting to get pissed off at stuff, you know it's serious. Anyways, lost the plot of the question a little bit.
What was the question?
How many projects have we ever frogged? Couldn't tell you.
We're still
Lots.
no.
Lots.
Not that many on my end.
It's
but
definitely.
You guys are different.
I can tell you this. It's definitely more than one.
So true.
Wow.
So true.
So you're welcome.
Okay, next question. What's a stitch that you secretly hate that everyone loves? I actually have an answer to this.
I know
Okay,
yours.
what's your answer?
Do you know mine?
I think so.
What is it?
Half double crochets.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't hate it.
Really?
I love a half double crochet.
I like doing them.
Yeah.
I just don't like, for certain things it's fine, but like for a lot of stuff I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah.
Because it creates ridges naturally.
Yeah. I don't like the front and back. Yeah, if you're going in the round, I enjoy that. But it like the fabric it creates, it's also I feel like for some reason way thicker than a lot of other stitches.
Well, yeah, it is,
yeah. Because it's like it's wrapped around and stuff.
Yeah.
I can understand why. I think not every stitch works in every scenario.
Yeah. Whoa.
So it really depends. Not crazy. For me, I guess I'm going to be kind of similar. Hate is the wrong word. I don't hate them. But I have not personally found a lot of use for double crochets. I think that they're
interesting.
I like the drape it gives. I like the height of it, but I think it's like just a little bit too see-through is the wrong word. But I like when things are a little like I like the look of like dense or like I like with like knitting how there's no real gappage.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I think I like double crochets. I like the look of them for the most part, but I just don't have a lot of use for them.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then we all know I don't like triple crochets, but I've kind of gotten over it.
Have you?
A little bit. I mean, I think it's kind of in the same ballpark of like it just needs to be used in the right context. I just think it's so silly that like I think people still know that I hate triple crochets, which I just think is funny.
Gotta stay on brand now.
Yeah.
Can't double back.
Nope.
Come on now.
And heaven forbid someone changes their mind.
Oh no.
You're never
we'll never accept.
allowed to change your mind on anything.
Nope.
Never. You want to grow as a person?
The law.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the next question? What's the least favorite thing you've ever made? Let me pull up my catalog.
I'm looking at my stack of stuff right now.
I'm looking over at my stuff.
I have something that has never seen the light of day because I made it and I thought it would slay so hard, and it is just so exponentially bad. It's like half frogged. because I wanted the yarn from it. I was, for my sister's bachelorette cruise, on the way down there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make like a mesh beach cover up, like it's gonna be so cute, it's gonna be so flowy. And we were in the car for 14 hours, and so it was the perfect time. And I wasn't able to measure myself, but I was like, I'm gonna be fine. Like I
Surely I
made a lot of
know.
stuff, yeah. And it was terrible. It was so ugly. It hugged in all the wrong places. It was so bad. I was like making a TikTok about it. I was so excited. No, it has never seen the light of day. It's never going to. But shout out to those TikToks that are still in my drafts.
Please, like, screen record them and send them to us.
I I might
I
have
want to
deleted
see
them.
it.
Like, it makes me upset that like I worked so hard for so long
I
on
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I don't
Anyways.
know.
For me, probably I made a YouTube video about it, finishing it because I was so determined to finish it. When I used my Sorella Taylor Swift collection lover yarn to make a
Mm-hmm.
cardigan.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I was freehanding something, thought I knew my measurements, just did not turn out the way that I wanted it to. I think it looks fine. I don't think it looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not something I'm going to wear. I
Yeah.
know I'm not going to wear it.
Yeah.
So I already have a different pattern in mind that I want to use the yarn for. So I'm just going to at some point unravel it and use it for something else.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, I would do that with any yarn, but if I spent a pretty penny on some nice hand-dyed yarn, you best believe I'm going to use it for something I'm going to wear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nothing, Morgan? You love everything you make? You're just perfect, so no answer.
I don't think
No
I can
answer.
choose one. I feel like the ones that I haven't liked, I've frogged, and like I've just forgotten about them.
Yeah.
Fair
You know
enough.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
There's a lot of, in my early days, I made a lot of bucket hats, half double crochet bucket hats, that
Classic.
have never seen the light of day, will never see the light of day. I made them a lot for people in my scholarship program. I was just like, I have a bunch of yarn. Does anyone want one of these? And they're so ugly, like they're so bad. And people were really nice to me about them. They were like, yes, of course I want one. And of course, I never wear them because they're like ill-fitting and like the stitches look terrible. And I still have a couple, but I haven't frogged them. So also those, it just makes me. It's nice to see how far you've come, but I'm just like ashamed that like I ever like was like, yeah, does anyone want one of these?
Oh, I can also say the first ever cardigan that I knit. Also made a video about that. I'm not like gonna be mean about it because, similarly, like it was first thing I made, so like, duh, it's like bad.
Yeah.
But that absolutely needs to get frogged.
Yeah.
It needs to not be sitting there anymore. It's never
Yeah.
gonna be worn. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I honestly need to frog my hairy cardigan, but I'm like,
Rip.
it's a cute thing you're
I
making.
I wear mine sometimes, so
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cute.
Actually, I made that one surprisingly well, figuring I was frankly should not have had the audacity to make it.
But here we
You
are.
know what I mean? Here we are.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe something from earlier on, but I just like.
You're too good.
I don't know.
Too good.
Cheers.
All right. Well, if you think of anything,
Yeah,
just
we can
shout it
think
out,
of
or we're
something.
moving on.
I'll
Yeah, we can
guys
circle
know.
back. Okay, I feel like this is one that we can make like a whole episode about, which we probably will at some point, but we can touch on it. What our pattern making process is like. I feel like it's
Long
like
and
very
grueling.
very different person to person. Morgan, go.
Me,
You.
I'll get an idea and I'll
Always
make it.
important.
Yeah, start with an idea and I will make it. And if I'm smart enough, I'll take notes while I'm making it. And take pictures while I'm making it. And then I'll write up the numbers and everything for my personal size. And then I will put blood, sweat, and tears into grading and hoping to God it fits people. And then I do all of that. And I showed Anna a while ago. I have like a Google Sheets where like it does like kind of the math for me, and it's just easier to see everything in one place.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll like actually write the words. I make my patterns in Adobe Illustrator, and
That's so
then
like high tech fancy.
Yeah.
Like I
I
love
love
that.
Illustrator. I love Illustrator. And then I'll test it, and then I'll fix it, and then I'll release the pattern.
Beautiful.
And it takes forever.
Classic. Yeah.
There is that. There is that.
That's mine.
Okay,
Anna?
Savannah, you go.
Oh, okay. It stayed pretty much the same. I think since the first pattern I released, I make it well, and usually I make a second one. But like I'm thinking about the rug pattern right now. I am not making a
Not
second
making
one of
it.
those. I'm sorry, absolutely not. But I write like all of my notes down onto a Google Doc as I go along. Usually just I don't know. A lot of my patterns rely on the starburst granny square, so like half the pattern is already done because I have that like down to a formula. It's in a lot of patterns, so it's beautiful whenever I make a pattern with that. But anyways, Google Doc all my notes, and then once I've finished it and I have photos and all of that, I make the notes make sense. I make them into sections and have the gauge and sizing and whatever. And then I put that into Canva with like arranging it all pretty and with text and images and all of that. And then, yeah, I think we all have the same process from there: testing, editing, and then it's out in
Yeah.
the world. It's obviously a bit more complicated than that, but
Yeah.
at its very base.
Yeah. Very similar. Obviously, like you come up with the idea for something, or like you're just making something that you want to turn into a pattern. I have two different options depending on just kind of depending on how I'm feeling, or like ease, I guess. I will either just have a notes, like in my notes app, with just the most confusing instructions known to man that I can read, and I will translate into actual normal person wordage when the time comes. Or if I'm sketching out an idea for something and I'm not just like freehanding off the dome, I will draw something in Procreate, like the little iPad baby I am, and I will take all my notes on there. Like, yeah, Morgan, I saw you grab your iPad, which is what made me think of it. And I'll sketch it, and I will, because it helps me to like be able to visualize before I start, like how I want it to look.
Yeah.
That's especially for bigger projects, I've noticed. For smaller ones, I'll probably just grab like my phone and do it in the notes app.
Yeah.
I'll write down all that good information that I need. I've gotten better over time writing down what I'm doing as I'm doing it, so I know where I can like make changes or whatever if I need that.
Yeah.
I tend to I'll write all my stuff down in Google Docs for the test, just so it's easy to send out, and like I can make edits on that easier than I can on Canva. And then I will do all the art direction on Canva once the testing process is done. I use Morgan's little hack for size grading now with like the formulas. Google Sheets is very, very, very helpful if you know how to use it, because
Yeah.
if you need to make a change, like if your gauge is off but all your cells have formulas in it, you just like change the number in one cell and it changes the whole spreadsheet, and it's really helpful that you don't need to sit there and resize grade 1,000 times. Yeah, and then I'll test it, make sure that it actually fits every size and it's not poorly made, and then make it look all pretty and force people to buy it. Buy my patterns.
Whoa. Whoa.
My like really good coherent notes.
Super makes sense to everyone.
Everyone.
Yes, totally.
Yep. Yeah. But we could do like
Not
a whole
just absolutely perfect.
absolute nonsense. Yeah, my iPad's probably dead, but my Procreate like documents for each thing is just like how many, like if I run out of space to write words, I just switch my pen color. And I take notes in like the margins so I can like still read it in a different color.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we could probably do like a whole bid on it.
Yeah.
Chaos.
It's not too
Chaos
bad
on
once
the
you
iPad.
start. Once you do the first one, it's not awful.
Yeah.
Because you kind of get down what you like and what you don't, whatever, and you just go from there.
Yeah.
Cool.
True.
Cool. Next question. Is there, although we kind of answered this, I feel like, with the web questions. Is there an oddly specific project that you've had on the back burner?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's one that I
The
can
granny
think
square
of.
vest?
Help! Stop!
That's finished, bitch.
Sorry. Clearly not.
It's granny square though.
If it's
Literal
good,
years ago, I started a zipper version of the granny hoodie, and I never finished it.
Oh,
Right.
So maybe
Smart.
one day I will. I don't. It's literally in a different country, on a different continent.
Oh. But maybe
So,
one day.
Across
Not
the
happening
seas,
anytime
yeah.
soon. But I did start that. It's like mostly done. It's mostly done. I'd say like
Maybe when you go
90%
to like
of the
visit
way.
home, when you go visit
yeah.
home,
I'll take
grab
it
it.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Because I think that
That'll
would
totally
actually be
happen.
like really good.
Yeah.
I think I'd wear it a lot. I just have to like do it.
Yeah.
There is that.
So that's my specific one.
I guess my oddly specific one is I have a couple, and it's mainly just things that I've seen like TV shows or media or whatever that I want to recreate, like the sweater that Taylor Swift was wearing for the 1989 pictures.
Oh.
It was like a striped one.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'd love to recreate that. That's not like, in my opinion, that's not oddly specific though. It's just like things that I'm like, ooh, I would like to make that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, that's not really my main concern.
Yeah.
But what I'm making now, the purse, I'm basing it slightly off of the like crescent handbag shape of like a bagoo bag, if anyone is familiar. Just because I really love the shape and look of them. I want to just buy a bagoo because I love crochet, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you don't want a crochet bag.
Yeah.
You know.
I love my shoulder bag. I use it every single day.
Every person that I know that has a bagoo loves it. I love it on them. Like, I would like that is so cute. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to come up with a crochet or a knit or both version of said bag.
Yeah.
So that's me.
I don't really like, and I just kind of finish things whenever I have a lot of ideas now that I just don't have the time to make. If that doesn't count as a back burner though, because that's literally all of us. I've had the idea for the entire time I've been in college to, in my senior year, make a sweater for my scholarship program director. Christoph, if you're watching this, you didn't hear this. He is absolutely not watching this. He's a professor. But I don't know like what size sweater to make him, and I'm scared of like making it a shade, because obviously I would make it our university colors, but I just don't know, like he doesn't really have, he has like a style, but it's very like an academic style. I don't know. And there's no way to be like, Christoph, like, can you let me know your chest measurements? just wondering.
Hey, what size sweater do you like typically wear?
Yeah. Do you like an
No
oversized
reason.
look? Do you like fit? Do you want like raglan, or like are you more of like a top down guy? Like, yeah. But I'll figure it out. It's been on the back burner, but it needs to move to the front expeditiously, because I plan on knitting it. Yes.
Soon.
And I'm graduating soon.
And it surely shouldn't be a raglan, because you'll never split it.
I'm literally
Never split.
Thanksgiving break, I have a to-do list. Number 1, splitting the raglan.
Sure. Just because it's on the to-do list doesn't mean you're going to do it. You've made these promises before.
It's
not the first time we've had this conversation.
Have you seen Barbarian?
You saying that you finish everything that you ever do.
It may take me a minute, but it's going to get... I'm literally out of spite. This next week, it's going to be split. It's going to be done by 2024.
Spite for who? You keep telling us that you're going to finish it, and you just don't do it. We're not like chirping you for fun. We're chirping you because you're just lying to us over and over again.
Liar, 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 liar.
I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It's not that hard, right? Right?
No, it's very easy.
I told you that. I told you that 2 months ago.
You guys saying no at the same time was very like
3 months ago.
I'll by next episode finish sweater.
Girl, don't. Now you're just lying. You're just like,
so fucking
you'll
for real.
split it by next episode.
I'll split
at best.
Yeah,
at best.
I'm just also a very slow knitter, so
excuses. Moving on.
Anyway, if you guys want to stop bullying me, I would like to know if you have any tips for organizing your whips.
Nope.
Okay.
Toss them on
Next
the ground.
question. Do you feel like you need a yarn room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next question.
All right, cool. Moving on. Wait, Savannah, you didn't answer either of those.
I have the same answers.
Okay, cool.
Nothing to
Moving on.
answer.
I mean, I feel like they're pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah. Would love a yarn room.
I have little project bags that I got sent from either like Love Crafts or Drops when I order those yarns that sometimes I'll put my whips into, but other times, girl, they are just on the ground.
I think it would
They're
shock
just
most people how absolutely much of a mess my room is.
Oh, same. It's atrocious.
I have a pile
It's
of
just
clothes on the floor
yarn
right now. It's awesome.
everywhere.
Real.
Yarn scraps everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They like follow me.
But rent is high.
Like this is what I'm staring at right now, and I don't even know if I can. This is hanging out of a box.
Okay. Okay.
Work.
So
You scare me, Morgan.
No, mine's the same way. I can't say anything.
Real.
listen, I'm making like one of my checker beanies, and those are always a mess.
Oh, yeah. Fair. Anything with color work, I've accepted the fate.
And my problem is that I every single time I do, I let it get to like a point of almost no return, and then I want to jump off a cliff because of how annoying it is to undo. Yeah. And then I do it again.
Yeah.
And I don't learn. I try. I'm just too lazy to deal with it as I'm going along.
Yeah, real.
So true. So true.
Also, it slows down the crocheting or knitting process to like do it in an organized manner, and I'm impatient. If I can't knit at the speed of light, I will never finish the project. So
no. LOL.
Anyways, moving on.
Anyways.
What was the crochet to knit learning process like for you guys?
Nothing interesting, honestly. I was looking through my Google Photos the other day, and my crochet process, we've all been over crochet processes multiple times, but was just learning from Anna's video about the Harry Styles cardigan and YouTube tutorials or whatever. But then the knit process, my roommate actually taught me how to knit. Rose is definitely not going to watch this, but Rose, if you are watching this, you didn't teach me to knit in the wrong way. There are just more recommended techniques, and the cast on that you did was like not a real cast on.
I know which one.
Not dragging her.
She taught you. She gave you life.
Not you dragging her.
She also doesn't knit a ton, so like it's totally fair. Her grandma taught her, but then I kind of like relearned.
Now you're insulting her grandma.
I love elderly. I don't know if she's elderly. Oh my god.
Savannah. Oh my god.
Anyways, for me it was really easy. I just watched YouTube. Well, my grandmother taught me to knit when I was really young, and then I just never did it. And then I was like, let me learn again. And then I just watched a few YouTube videos.
Beautiful.
That was it.
I watched YouTube videos. I would say it was like iffy for me. I'm probably equal levels crocheting and knitting now, I'd say. But when I was starting knitting, I got a lot of comments being like, yeah, you look like a crocheter who's learning how to knit, which I thought was really funny.
That's so mean. Oh my god.
I don't think it was said in a mean way, so I don't take it like that.
I don't think so.
But it's like obviously we hold our yarn certain ways and we hold our hook in a certain way, so then trying to hold two needles and whatever. So I just thought it was more like, oh my gosh, that's so silly that they could like call me out like that and like know this. But
That's funny.
I was a little confused mainly by like the mechanics of it, but just I always just jump into the deep end. So I made a sweater. Because I'm stupid.
Same.
So.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this next one. Morgan, drop the hair routine.
Ugh.
Someone wants to know.
Listen,
What's it
I
like,
wash my
Morgan?
hair.
You, like,
It
reaching for
takes
shampoo.
ages. Pardon?
I thought you were like reaching off to the side. I thought you were gonna like grab products.
It's a brand deal.
From my
It's an
bag.
individual brand deal.
Someone's asking, Morgan.
Let me just reach into my bathroom across the hall. I wash my hair. It takes a long time because it takes my hair ages to like actually get wet, which is so fun. And I wash my hair. I use a Shea Moisture shampoo. I don't know which one. And I use the conditioner from Tracy Ellis Ross's hair brand.
Beautiful.
And then I get out and I put some other cream, whatever, in my hair and I scrunch it up.
Cream whatever. I love that product.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. I think it's also Shea Moisture. And then I diffuse my hair. And it takes a long time, but it's really annoying. And I wash my hair once a week. Because it takes so long.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's about it.
Nice.
Not a very sophisticated routine.
And not very helpful for anyone at all, but
Nope.
that's fine. You
Don't
certainly
do
said
it.
And this is so off topic. I just got a notice on my computer that I'm at 12%. Normally I get a 30% remaining battery.
Well, I guess we better wrap this up quickly.
So if I just drop off the call.
That's why.
Right.
This always happens to me at the end of the episode. It's always something.
Second to last question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This one's a good one. Who would win in a fight, a crocheter or a knitter?
Crocheter.
I think crocheter.
Yeah.
I think the muscles build up. Sometimes it works my upper arm.
I personally cannot elaborate as to why. I just, in my heart of hearts, I feel like a crocheter.
Yeah. I think, I feel like we're like more scrappy.
Yeah, we're kind of seen as the underdog in the fiber arts world. We really are.
Yeah. Maybe it's that.
We got the passion.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's about drive. It's about power.
Yeah.
And the final question that I wanted to ask you guys, how does it feel to be super insanely famous?
Great.
Really good.
Good?
Really
yeah?
good.
You don't, like, hate the fame?
No.
No?
Like I said before, the numbers aren't real to me. You guys don't exist.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You're both AI.
Yeah. It was honestly so funny how many people asked that question or something similar. You guys get the bit so well. I'm so obsessed with it. Love it so much.
Guys.
Yeah, so many people asked how it feels to be super insanely famous, and that's really nice to know that, like, you know, you guys understand us on that level, and you agree.
You guys get it. We're just doing this bit for no one at all.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are we watching, girls?
I just finished The Queen's Gambit.
So good.
It was very good. Oh, see, I didn't know you watched it, so I waited to talk about it with Morgan on FaceTime because I was like, oh no, I don't know if Savannah's seen it, I don't want to spoil it. But this is good to know that you have seen it. So if I have thoughts, I can just send it in the group chat.
3 times through, maybe. It's so good. It's so good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I was saying to Morgan, I just like the way that they ended the show.
Yeah.
Without saying any of what it is, I just thought it was a good ending. I'm very critical of endings, I've realized, in like the stories I consume, and I liked this one a lot, which is important to me.
That's good. Yeah. It also begins in Kentucky, so.
Oop.
So important.
That's not like a good thing for Kentucky to be mentioned in that context, but any Kentucky mention is still a Kentucky mention.
We heard it. Did you start anything new since you finished it?
No.
Just watching The Voice.
I've been watching The Voice, obviously, guys, that's a given. Until The Voice is done, you know, I'm gonna watch it every week. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube because I work so much, and then because food service is hard, people.
Yeah.
Be nice to your servers. Be nice to the people that, you know, serve you. I'm like very tired by the time I get home, so I'm hanging out with my family. I'm reading a book. That's why I haven't had a lot of time to crochet or knit recently. So it's mainly been YouTube because it's easy for me to just like
for a while
pull up and put on.
Fair.
Yeah. That's been me though.
Nice.
Watched season 2 of Loki.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
Nice.
It's
Fair
not
enough.
my favorite Marvel show, but I was like, ugh, I gotta watch it. So I watched it. It was okay. It was like it was
Nice.
cute. It was cute. It was fun. I was like, we didn't need it, but here we are. It's
Yeah.
fine. I watched it.
So important.
I started a
Nice.
show called Murder at the End of the World.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
With-
I've been seeing ads for that. Is that Carrie
Yes.
Mulligan? Or am I thinking? No,
Nope.
it's the one that looks like Emma something.
Yeah, Emma Corrin.
Emma. Yes.
Emma Corrin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
I like it. There's only 2 episodes out, so I watched the 2 episodes. It's very good, very dramatic. I'm enjoying.
Love.
And then I
Good.
started Secret Invasion today, which is another Marvel show.
Nice.
I don't know what's going on.
Awesome.
So
I have
important.
no idea.
That's great.
So that's it.
Great.
Cool.
Yep.
And you
Cool,
watched
cool, cool.
you watched the new Hunger Games movie, right?
No, I didn't.
Did I just make that up?
Yep, it
She
came out
finished the
today.
book.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, you finished the book. Okay.
Yeah.
I finished.
I
the
just
book.
saw.
I
I
when did I
sometimes
start
scroll
the
through
book?
the text. You what?
It's truly our group chat is truly a conversation between me and Anna, and then Savannah will like sometimes come in and just react to messages.
Mhm.
Yep. It's like we'll get
try.
like 17 notifications like
And I'm like, oh,
Savannah
she's saying
hearted
something.
this message. Savannah and or you'll like reply to something, so then all of a sudden I'm like, because it won't show that it was a reply, it'll just say what you said, and I'm like, what were we talking about for you to respond with that?
So
Yeah.
I finished the book.
Hours later.
Okay.
Ballad
I
of
thought you like
Songbirds
saw the
and
movie early
Snakes.
because I knew like the premiere was happening in London. I was like, okay, maybe they're just
Oh.
doing early showings.
Well, you know, she is famous enough to be
I am
invited to the
famous.
Exactly,
I
invited to the
said
exactly.
no.
premiere,
I
but
said no because I hadn't finished the book yet.
so real. So real.
I was
Perfect.
like, I gotta finish the book. So,
Yeah.
so I finished the
And here
book.
we are.
When did I start the book? Don't remember. Spring. Yeah, that's
Real.
me.
Real. Yeah.
Savannah, what are you consuming?
I'm hoping to finish a lot of books over Thanksgiving break. I'm hoping to do a lot of things. This is always what
Yeah,
happens.
you've got a
I make
long
very
list of
long-
to-dos.
Yeah. I'm behind on everything.
Yeah.
But hoping to finish Mockingjay. That's like number 1 on the list because it's actually an easy read
Mhm.
and I don't feel like I'm suffering through it. I've been watching a lot of movies lately. I watched my 95th movie of the year last night.
Okay, slay.
Synecdoche,
that's
New York,
crazy.
if anyone's heard of it.
I
No one
obviously
has.
haven't.
Don't watch it. I thought it was terrible. I understood it. People think you don't like it because you don't understand it. I understood it, and I just didn't care.
I'm going to your letterbox.
You tell him.
Yeah. According to Letterboxd, Letterboxd has made me like a worse movie watcher. Like I get so angry when people act like my opinions like are unfounded, and I just don't get a movie. I get it. It's okay. Anyways,
Because you're a girl.
I'm literally, it's misogyny. And I also started a rewatch of Jane the Virgin and a first watch of The Sopranos. So that's fun.
Nice.
Slay.
Yeah. So that's what I've been consuming. What if we
I've
cut
watched
that out?
52
What if-
this year.
No, I loved that. No, we're keeping that in.
Guys, I'm at
What did you
2%.
You know you missed it, Morgan. You're gonna have to wait until you're
Watch
editing
it.
this to see
Oh,
what
God.
she just did. You'll know.
Shit.
You'll know. And
Okay,
you're gonna
great.
hate it.
This has been like my most embarrassing episode so far.
All we did was drag you.
Yeah,
All we did
that's
was
okay.
drag you.
That's okay. If that's what it takes to get famous, I'm willing.
Willing and able.
Willing. Okay.
All right. This was fun.
It was. Can I lead us out with the outro? I
Please
do.
do.
I would absolutely love for you to do
Okay.
that.
Oh my god.
Guys, thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Crochet Authority. If you liked it, which we know you did, make sure to rate it 5 stars and give us the best review possible wherever you can. Also, make sure to stay up to date with us on Instagram and TikTok at the Crochet Authority. Also follow our accounts on social media because we are perfect.